to the Claremont Classic Garage. You can hear screaming engines behind us. We're at the lawn tractor pull. So this will be the second day at the Lindsay Tractor Show. I'm going to show you the lawn tractor pull, the vintage tractor pulls, and the demonstrations from over in the Barfield. This is a pretty cool demonstration. Hard to see for all the dust, but we got two Massey Harris 44s here running, and there's corn coming out of this hopper trailer here, and it's oh, there's another little tractor over there running the elevator, or the, what do you call it? You call that an elevator, or like, I'm making a fool of myself because I don't know the right words. But anyway, the corn is coming up and it's going into this machine, and they're making it into flour. Pretty cool, eh? That's how they used to do stuff down on the farm. And you can see there's the flour or whatever going up into that one. It's awesome. I love this old stuff. Over here we got this thrashing machine. It's being run by Farmall. And they've cut windows into it so you can see everything that's going on inside of it. That's pretty cool. Here's a good diagram of how a thrashing machine actually works. These would have, back in the day, not every farm would have had one. They were like contractors that would come around and come to your farm and do it for you. And I guess some farms had their own. Here's a rock crusher. Wow. Look at the size of the flywheel on this thing. There's the rocks they put in, granite rocks, and this thing smashes them all to hell, and out comes gravel. Pretty cool. Hope we get to see this thing run today. Here's their sawmill. It's permanent here, the saw. Lagoon Road Line 6 moved to Cheese Factory Road and moved to the farm on Lorneville Road, Woodville, where it ran for 30 years. I even know where that is. It's pretty cool. So this is a local saw with a lot of history in the area. Look at that blade. Jeez. And then I guess there's sawdust maybe goes up that thing into that old manure spreader. Then they use this little buzz saw on the back of this International to cut the boards to length once they come out of there. And you can see here, after all these years, that saw still does a pretty decent job. My only regret is that you all out there in YouTube land cannot smell this freshly cut pine. It's just beautiful. This here is a power plane, and you can see it's hooked up to an actual steam traction engine. So this would take those rough sawn boards that come from there. Here's one here. And then they plane them down into nice, smooth, usable lumber. Fantastic, eh? The way they used to do stuff. Absolutely amazing. There we go. I think we're going to get a demonstration. There we go. Okay, the machine's running. Let's see this piece of lumber go through it. There you go, it's self-feeding. Isn't that amazing? So these traction engines back in the day would be kind of like the thrashing machines. There'd be a local guy, an entrepreneur that had one of these, and he would go around from farm to farm and do work like this. Not everybody had one of those. And there, that first board is just coming out. You can't see it, it's hiding behind the belt. And the second one is going through. Absolutely fantastic. Let's watch a few pulls, eh? It's an old Alice. It's digging in. Still moving. It's still moving. That's it. Here he goes. It's a gasser. They don't go too fast, they just go. That's going pretty good. Oh.
This is Bob Tiger, John Deere 4-1.
Oh, 2-cylinder deer. There he goes. So that's it. All right, we got a little Minneapolis Moline. There's a nice John Deere diesel coming up next. I'm curious to see that thing pull. There she goes. There goes the throttle. I love these old things. Pretty good. Okay, here's the diesel John Deere. Let's see what this thing's got. That's better. Got a better launch that time. Listen to that thing. Woohoo! Just digging. And that exhaust pipe is curved, it's pointing away from us. Look at that thing pull. There we go. Pretty good.
Outside we have Chris Boy on the farm all out.
Ford power. Diesel. He's going to pull that thing all the way a little bit. Here we're getting ready for the lawn tractor pull. You can see them, they're running them through tech now. They, I guess they weigh them and I don't know, check them for whatever they got to check them for. And yeah, never seen a lawn tractor pull before. In case you were thinking these things are toys, well, they're not toys. Some of them are pretty serious. This one's got a tunnel ramp and looks like a snowmobile carburetor on it. Pretty cool. This one's got a little 3-cylinder diesel in it. I'm guessing it's a Kubota by the color of it.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Kawartha Antique Power Show. Sunday afternoon, here we are. Weather's holding up again. Before I get started with the parade, it's kind of a mixture. First off, it's a 1948 Ford 8N owned by Kevin Strutt from Uxbridge. Nice looking Ford redone. Thanks for coming out, Kevin. Just carry on. There is a hole at the east end you can cut through, or on the south end around the track. Next up, we got a 1939 Minneapolis Moline Z, manure spreader owned by Dave Windrum. Nice restored pair there, Dave. Thanks for coming out. Next up, a 1960 Moline. Nicely restored crawler. Thanks for coming out, Ralph. Next up, the Kawartha 20 owned by Bill Staples. Riverville area there with his grandson Ethan driving. Next up, a 1968 Massey Ferguson 1100 owned by Cliff Archer. Cliff did a restoration on this. Next up, we got a 1962 Kawartha 770 owned by Tom White. Came from the family farm.
It's hard for me to show you every single one because I'll end up with a video an hour long just of the parade. But this is great to see them running and driving and
Next
moving
up,
around.
we got a 1948 Massey Harris 22 owned by George Davidson. Really nice restored Massey Harris. Thanks again, George.
Here you go. Little deer and big deer. Or little deer and really big deer. That thing's so big, he's got his whole family there in the cab with him. I think this is the last one, little farmall seat. And then we're going to be on to
Farmall Super C. From the first batch of the Farmall Super C. We only have 3 tractors in this class. Hard to get these little tractors that will work well with this the amount of weight that the tractor weighs. The higher class, with more weight, they work a lot better, but this will be our first pull. So again, we'll give it a shot. We got some flaggers going here. Two green flags. We'll get it fired back up again. Not quite progressive on the clutch. I know his dad just put a new belt on there, she's pretty sticky. For the smaller classes and the lighter classes, you'll notice that we only have a 3-foot chain. Pulled down on the back of that to give them some traction. When we move up into the higher class tractors, we will put a longer chain on there. Two green flags.
There we are, just like the stock cars. You win, you go to the tech lane.
The ATV tires gives you a much nicer tire. They get a little nervous when they get lined up. A lot of parents watching, people in the crowd. And we have a little leniency there. If you snuff it out when you take off, we let you take off one more time. There we go, we got right here now. Giddy up.
These little things can really pull, man. Motor's bogging down, come on. Well, that little deer can really pull. Look at the thing go.
Well over 200. If you're wondering why the tire on this side is flat, he's ran that tire flat for 3 years. Maybe longer than that.
thing sounds like a car.
Under 4,000 RPM. This year's belt drain tractor does work exceptionally well. Working on it, throwing some wrenches at it. It is really, really good to see these kids get out and do this. In all the 4-H clubs for that matter. The REV, all of the clubs.
Well, that'll wrap it up. Look, we got mud on our tires. Unbelievable. Anyway, what a great weekend. What a great show. We had a blast despite the weather. The weather actually ended up being not really much of an issue. Anyway, I'm going to go now. I'd like to thank you for tuning into our channel. I hope you will come back and see us again. And until then, I'm Kevin saying so long from the Claremont Classic Garage.